Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome back to participants joining me here. So, participants, as a DevOps engineer, your responsibility and my responsibility is to deliver strong pipelines where we can move the code into different environments, backed up by the idea of CI/CD, continuous integration and continuous deployment. And as part of the process, we have started the first stage you can consider, which is the version control that we have taken. As part of the version control, I did use github.com to host my code and used Git as my version control to go ahead and do the commits. I did clone my repo using the CLI and GitHub desktop, perform additions, made changes, committed, pushed, pulled those changes, CLI as well as GitHub desktop. So I have been doing this to show you what are the operations that a DevOps engineer is expected to do. Now it's time for us to move a little further into the stage, which is the next stage in the process, which revolves in and around build stage. So participants will go ahead and understand what is build in this process. What is the build tool that we will be using? Using that build tool, how do you build a project? A sample project we will build. And how do you get to a point where you go ahead and handle the build operations with your builder tool? We will come to that junction. So participants, to move further, I would request everyone please visit the builder tool that I'm going to be using, which is the Tool-Maven tool, the build tool, which is the Apache Maven. It's not a build tool, I would say, it's a project management tool, and one of the function is build. So participants, have you reached to Apache Maven? And just for your confirmation, participants, have we installed Apache Maven on our machine? Did you people install Apache Maven on your machine as well?
Yes, Kumar.
Any challenges you have during the Apache Maven installation? If you have, please do let me know, participants. We will fix it here. Okay, so I'm assuming that you don't have any issues while installing Maven.
Hello, Kumar.
Yes, please.
Yes, I have installation problem with Maven. It's because the Java is not recognized in my system.
Okay, so what you do, you double check your environmental variables. Go to environmental variables. There are two options: check for admin, check for system. Hope you haven't tagged your system with the admin variables. You have to tag with system variables, all the paths and the home variable, the path variables for your system. Inside the system, you are expected to have a variable called Java_home. This is where you will go and tell to your system that I've installed in a particular location, the Java. This is a location there you have installed Java.
Correct, I've done that. Unfortunately, what it's getting installed, but when I run the command prompt to know the version, it shows that it's not installed on my system.
Okay, next, if that is one part, you can also double check whether have you properly put the path. The path is going to be something like this. In your drive C, Java folder, JDK 19 folder, there is a bin folder. I'm guessing this might have been missing in your system.
No, that's there. All of the settings are right. I've double checked it at least 3-4 times, but Maven and even Jenkins is having most of the applications are having the
That's what. Until unless your Java form is properly written or your Java is not recognized by your system, Maven won't be working in your system because Maven is purely dependent on location of Java. Maven is purely dependent, as well as Jenkins is also dependent on Java form. That is the reason I said, participants, make sure that you're properly set up with Java form. If you don't mind, could you go ahead and show me your screen? What is the issue is all about? So I'll try to fix it.
Okay, give me a couple of minutes. I'll get. In the meantime, you can continue with the class. I'll get back to you.
Okay, then no worries.
Thank you.
So participants, I would like to confirm you here. When I want to go ahead and install Jenkins or Maven, it is really required a JDK installation. And that was the reason I have installed Java upfront prior to installing Maven. So if Java is installed properly, Maven will get installed. If everything is done, then Maven will be working. If Java is working, if Jenkins is running in your system, that means Java is running in your system. If Jenkins is not running, that means there is some issue with your Java that you have installed. Okay, so now taking things further, what I would like to do is now I would like to go to my desktop first. And I'm going to go ahead and clone the repo that I have. What is the repo that I have? Beta. I will go ahead and clone the repo, and I directly use from now GitHub desktop because it is going to save my time. And for your information, participants, I did clone my repo. I would like to see my repo. Where is my repo? I would like to see that repo. So what I will do now, I will prefer to use my editor, Visual Studio Code. Participants, I would recommend you to use Visual Studio Code as much as possible. This will be of great help to you when you want to go ahead and handle operations. So I'd like to go ahead and add this folder. So it's an empty folder, I guess. Yeah, there is nothing inside it. There's nothing. So the idea is now not to use an empty folder. The idea is to go ahead and use the Maven build. Maven build will work with projects like Java code if you run. So we need a Java code now into the system because in order to use Maven, we need Java code so that Maven will go ahead and build that Java code. So participants, don't need to worry. Maven will give you some Java code for your practice involving something like a hello world code. You will find this if you go to Maven User Center and ask Maven, I want to get started. Can you help me? You can go ahead and look for Maven code. This is the code that you can pull, participants. If you want, I'll show you one more time. How did I reach to this page? So I was in downloads page. Scroll a little over, you will find something called User Center. Since you are starting your Maven journey, so you are expected to know how Maven is installed, which we have already done. So that is how download Maven page came in, or download Maven and installation of the Maven we have done in the previous sessions. And start Maven. So you can run this command to start Maven. We have already checked Maven. If you want double check Maven hyphen version, you can check via your terminal. I use terminal because I can run my commands in one place. The Maven is running. I can write the code on my left hand side in the Visual Studio Code and run my commands in the right hand side under the terminal. So I don't need to use two different windows. One window editor is sufficient. Next, in order to create a project, we can go ahead and create a project here. This is simply a hello world code, participants, for your information. This is just a hello world code. So let me go ahead and run this code for you. So it is expected to give me Maven archetype. Scanning for the project. It says the goal you have specified. Let me double check. Let me use a notepad in case if this has not copied properly. So I'm guessing it has not copied properly. So this should help me to copy it properly. The goal you specified. So I'm guessing this is taking Maven as a command. Okay, just this is not the issue of the Maven. Let me try directly on my desktop. What I'll do, I'll go to my desktop. I'll try to run the command here itself. Yeah, now it is working, participants. It is downloading the artifact. Maybe my terminal is not understanding this one. How did I come to know? It says Maven. It says after this, whatever I've written, it is not able to read. I'm guessing maybe my terminal is not able to read. So let's keep that option a little aside. Let's go ahead and run this command on the terminal, on the CMD. Now a question might be running through your minds that why am I running this command, or what is this command is all about? Participants, when we started Maven, where did we start? We did start hitting the user center where it was asking us to follow the steps. Step one was to install, that is download and install Maven in your machine, which we have done. Next, after that, what we were supposed to do, we were supposed to start the version check. We have checked the version of Maven. Then what we wanted was, we wanted to work with Maven. So we need a project, and that project should be associated with something called Java code. And I'm not expecting that everyone can write a Java code. If you guys can write a Java code, awesome. If you can't write it, it's okay. So for that piece, I'm running this code because this code will go ahead and give me a simple project that may look something like this. The structure of the project is going to be looking something like this, where you can go ahead and use this code to run. And inside this app.java, you'll find hello world. So this is a sample project that is given to you so that you can practice. And this project is a standard project that Maven uses for creating other projects. And that is a concept called archetype. Archetype says there is a standard project that Maven follows. Using that project, you can go ahead and create your own project. That's the logic behind archetype, where it will go ahead and create an artifact for you from their artifact repository. And it is made available for you so that you can generate a project, something similar to the standard project, and use the standard project to run a project called Hello World. So I hope by now it should have created. No, it's still creating, it's still downloading the plugins for me. So let's wait for a minute. So participants, there you go. Now the project is created with the name called My App. Let me go ahead and check My App. It'll ask you after this creation, change your application to the directory My App. So let me go ahead and check My App here. There you go, participants. There is a source code. There is a form.xml file. Let me open this folder from my Visual Studio, My App. Now in this My App, what you get to see: source, standard project, app.java, simply displaying hello world written in Java code, app.java, relevant test case, running the test case, app.java, and a supporting file called pom.xml file. The term POM stands for Project Object Model. Participants, one suggestion to all of you: don't go into a situation where you are making an attempt to understand what is this main, what is this app, how to write a Java code. For now, completely, this is, for now, you treat it as your developer responsibility. In your case, I am your developer. I'm giving you this code. For example, what is written inside this code is very much not relevant to you at this moment, because you cannot understand how this code is written, and don't make an attempt to understand it. That's not your role. Your role at this moment is to take the code from the developer, build it. That's all you have to do. You have to build the code. For today, keep your focus that developer is Kumar. Kumar has given the code, and Kumar has given me the task to go ahead and build this project. Am I clear, everyone? Participants, am I clear?
Um, yes, Kumar, but can you give a quick glance once again?
Pardon? What is that? Quick glance of it.
Yeah, quick glance. What you tell the about this now.
No problem. Once again, I'll explain. See, there is a code that I took from internet, which is a standard hello world code written in Java. Standard structure is built on top of Maven, and there is a supporting file called pom.xml. These are jargon for a developer. These are all the jargons the developer will go ahead and use. Now, don't go ahead and think like a developer that how this code is written. What is this main? What is this test? What are the test cases? What is POM? What is the source code? Don't go into that at this moment. Just come with the thought that if this code is given to you and me, if this is a code that is given to you and me, how we go ahead and build it? That is your target, and that is also my target. I am your developer. I'm going to give you this code. Assume that I'm your developer. I'm giving you this code. Your responsibility is only to focus on build. You should only focus on build, how to build this project. That's all. If it is build failure, you are taking an action. If the build gets passed, you also take further action. So your focus is whether it is failure or pass. Using Maven, build. That's all. What is written in the code? Keep a little, like, you can, I would say, put a blind eye to it. Don't go ahead and think how it is written and what is written at this moment. Hope is that clear, participants? Hope is that clear?
Yes, Kumar.
Now, if you are very much interested, no, Kumar, I'm not going to follow you. I want to understand how the code is written. Then you have to take an approach of a developer. Try spending, we have to go ahead and spend time. That is not going to give you the way that DevOps engineers will think or expected to do, or a DevOps pipeline is expected to do. So I'm requesting, keep a very much less insight into this Java code. In a nutshell, this is a hello world code that is available as a Java code, which is made ready for you to deploy, or it is made ready for you to go ahead and work on it. So participants, now let's continue further, keeping this idea that what is POM, all this. you and me will put very much less insight into it. So what has been asked here, after this, you go ahead and log into this folder. He has given explanation about it. He's asking us to go ahead and run something called Maven package. Let me go ahead and run along with you people. What is Maven package? So I'm going to open up my terminal. I will go to my application and run Maven package. So let's go ahead and wait and watch how the system will go ahead and behave if I go ahead and run a command called nvn package. So participants, now you can look at the action that in the form of build success that I've able to come up with. You see the build is successful. Everyone are able to relate it. Now what is happening behind it, we will understand bit by bit. But for now, the target was to build the project. Whether it's success or failure, we were to evaluate it. Now there is a success. Everyone, are you with me, people? Hello? After this, what he will ask us to do is what is asking us to do. You may test newly compiled package jar package. Okay, I could see there is a jar package with the following command. Let me run the following command for you, and which will print the question shell hello world. Here the screen. I'm getting a hello world. So participants, I followed the steps as mentioned in the Maven to take the code. I've taken the code, my app. I generated the artifact, which is a jar package. Yes. What is the result? Build was successful. Then I ran the jar package. It is successful in giving me the expected output, hello world. So participants, now are we clear with the process from the start? Code getting ready, you're building it, you're running the jar package and getting an output. Can I have a quick round of confirmation from all of you people? Hello? Now I'm going to explain you things in much more detail. Before that, I need your confirmation, people. I hope everyone are we clear.
Yes, Kumar.
Okay, now I'll explain you participants what is this process is all about, why it is important. If you go ahead and look at this code for a minute, this is a code that is written by a developer, or the developer will write the code. The problem is this code is something me and you can understand. You or me can understand. But when it comes to system, participants, do you think system will understand the code that is written by you? In this high-level programming language that you've written, the machine will understand it, participants? The compilers do understand? Definitely the answer is no.
No.
Machines only understand 1 and 0. That means this code that I've written here should be turned into a class file that comprises of ones and zeros. Can you do that? Definitely no, you can't do that. No one can do that. Compiler job is to compile the code so that your machine understands that code which is written here. So this is one stage in the process of build. When you focus on build, the code that you write is going to get turned into high level programming language, into low level assembly language or machine understandable format, binary. The convention we call it as binary. Binary means one and zeros, machine understandable language. So this is one stage that you will address in build. Now what I want to do is part of the process when I go and ask to build, I'm expecting it to compile the project. And then also I want to see if there are any test cases that I can go and run as part of the build process. What I want to do is I want to go and check with Maven. Maven, the standard process is Maven will look for the test cases. It will run the test cases and it will go and say, hey, there were test cases. I ran those test cases. Compilation is done. Test cases is done. Then it will say, okay, now you have the project ready in the form of class files have generated, which are binary. But I want to go ahead and run it. I have to go ahead and combine everything. I have to go ahead and make a package out of it so that I can run. Package means your class files plus other class files like dependencies, they will bundle everything into one unit. Now that unit in Java, the recognized unit, we call it as jar package. Here you guys should have noticed there is a jar package. Try open it up, you will not be able to understand what it is. Even if you try to open it up, you may not be able to understand it. See, it's a jar package. This is something machine can understand. You and me cannot understand. Everyone are able to relate what I'm trying to put to you. Hello, participants, are we good?
Yes, Kumar.
So there is a source code that is written. With the help of Maven as our build tool, I'm expecting Maven should handle my build process, where it is expected to go ahead and compile my project, run test cases, generate me a report saying what happened on the test cases, how many test cases we had, what is the failure, what is the success. From there, I should go ahead and look for a scenario where the build process should go ahead and package everything that I have in the form of an artifact. That is like I will go ahead and build everything and package it into a single unit, and that package something that I should run, or if I run that package, it should give me an output. That is what you guys can see here now. Hello world. So let me demonstrate to you people everything from scratch one more time. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Maven, clean everything, please. Where whatever it is, just clean everything. So it will come back to the previous state. See, just plain code once again. Plain code. I'm going to open up my terminal. I'm going to use the project that I've just created. And I'll say, Maven, can you package? And see, participants, what exactly happens with regards to package, MVN package. Now, let's decode everything. So if you look at the Maven command, the Maven says, what is a command that you're giving? What is a goal that you're giving me? Maven, MVN is a command. What is a goal that you're giving? The goal that I'm giving is package everything. So what it will do in order to do a package, first it will check any resources you have. That's a stage in the resource. Resource means it's a stage in the pipe, in the build process. One stage in the build process. It said there are no resources that I could find. Then the next stage after the resource is done, it is going to compile. So it found some resources. Sorry, it is able to find the resources. It is able to find the resources from main source resource. Using those resources, it is able to compile the project. Compilation, what is the purpose of compilation? I said class files will be created. If you want to see the class files, go to a folder. It will create a folder called target. There's a class file, and you guys can see there is a app.class file. A class file is something that you and me cannot understand. It's a class file means you can consider it as a binary file with ones and zeros. See, once again, a class file. So that is what compile is doing. Stage in the build process. We did start with package. So it is able to go ahead and pick the resources, compile those resources, and generate class files out of it. Participants, are we clear? Are we good, everyone? Okay. Now continuing further, it has identified the test resources. That means in the test folder, is there any resources? Yes, there are some resources. In the test folder, there are some resources. It took those test resources and compiled those test cases also for you. Okay, there are some test cases. What is test case? Don't worry about it. There are some test cases. Okay. Then it has also created the test classes. Okay. Where is the class for the test classes? Target underscore test classes. Where is this? Yeah, here it is, test classes. App.class. That means for the main, there is a target folder, app.class. There is a app.class. So app.java became app.class. App.test became app.java. Okay, fine. Then it was generating some reports. What are the reports? It is the test cases. It said, Kumar, I saw that there is one test case. We ran it. It was successful. Gave me the time and the results of the test case. Then it is coming to a stage after the test case is completed, the jar package build. It is building your jar package. The jar package is a bundle of all the test cases, all the all the class files into a one single jar. So there is an application that got created, my-app 1.0-snapshot.jar. And we got the build success. That system said, hey, I'm able to successfully build a jar file for you. Then what was the documentation saying? If you have successfully built the jar package, go ahead and run this command. Go ahead and run this command. You should get a hello world output. Now, if I go ahead and run the command, Java class path from target folder, my app.jar file, com.mycompany.app.app. I should get hello world display. I'm getting a hello world display. Are we clear, everyone? Hello?
Hello, Kumar.
Yes, please.
Yeah, if you got a build got failure means what is the
Build failure means, let's say I go ahead and say Maven package. Build failure means there is somewhere in the process that Maven could not understand what you want to do a build. There might be n number of reasons. Might be you did not give right command. See, I'll tell you, if you hit Maven MVN, it will tell, see, my build is failure. Why? You did not give the goal. What is a goal? A goal can be test. A goal can be package. A goal can be integration test. A goal can be verify. A goal can be install. The corresponding goal you're missing. Or most of the time, we get this habit that we go and say Maven package. So it will say, hey, I'm going to fail your job because in order to build project, the form.xml file which is required is not there. There is no form dot. The form dot is available inside the project, my app. Then you can go and run the package. So these are the major reasons why build fail generally. But if you want to go a little more deeper, maybe the dependency is not there, but you are you using the same code right now? If the same code is that, maybe you are not running the code inside the application folder, my app. That is the reason it is failing. Do check it out. I think it should be that you are out of the folder. You should go into that folder and run it. It will work.
Yeah.
Welcome, participants. Now, I'm trying to do practice, right? You and me are practicing. So I want practice one more time. So you can ask Maven, clean all the class files, clean all the packages, everything, bring back to me wherever I started. It will clean everything. Done. Now, imagine really you are like a developer. You are now a developer and you wanted to make some changes. So let's say, hello world. Let me test for new changes is something that I've written. That means this is something I have made some change. Now what I would like to do is I would like to go to terminal and say this folder, Maven, can you compile? I can start compiling step by step also. Maven compile. It will compile your test cases. Compile your resource. So it will only create class files. Class files. Maven, can you go and test my project? That means it will test your test resources and will compile your test cases and give you the test results. After that, you can go at an individual step saying, Maven, then go ahead and give me my package, please. So what it will do, once again, it will start. It will pull the resources. It will run the compilation. It will test the resources, test cases. It will run the test, and then it will also come to the jar. That means you can go ahead and run individual stages separately. Individual stages like Maven test separately, Maven compile separately, or when you run Maven package, it will go ahead and run all these commands in an order: compilation, test cases, then package, then build. It will go ahead and run. Are we clear now, participants? Hello? Now I want to bring back everything where I have started. Maven, clean everything, bring it back to me where I've started. So now, participants, I would like to go ahead and repeat this process once again. Maven, can you package everything? Now I want to really test Maven package. Maven is expected to give me a jar package. So what documentation said, once the package is ready, Java -class path, which is target folder, my app, com.mycompany.app.app. There you go, participants. I'm getting the changes now. Hello world, testing for new changes. Are you with me, people? Hello. As a developer, I'm able to make some changes. I'm able to build it and run it in the form of an artifact. I'm able to get the changes. Are we good, everyone?
Yes, Kumar.
Let me go ahead and do one more time. I would like to go ahead and make the changes. Hello, changes. Test for new changes another time. Developer made some changes. I'll go ahead and run through this project. See, I'm not getting, see guys, this is not happening. This is the latest update is not. Can you guess, participants, why the changes are not visible? Why the changes are not visible?
Package is together making.
Yes, there was someone.
It's not compiled.
Not compiled. That is not packaged. So Maven,
Package.
please package everything. One step, Maven package. It will give you a new package. And after that, I will rerun the command one more time for running the package. There you go, participants. Now you can see what are the changes that you are able to see the changes now. Now, the reason for doing this, participants, is that how many times on an average or participants or how many times I made some changes into the source code, this Java page, how many times? 2 times I've done. Participants, I've done it for 2 times. Changes. But I'll show you another change. There is another time, which is changes 3 times in a row. I'm doing it. Now, what I'm expected in my local setup, what I'm supposed to do, Maven, package everything. And run the output. So participants, let's do a little mathematics here, or just how many times did I go and make changes, or how many changes I've done to the source code? 3 times.
3 times.
How many times did I go and build the code? Build the source code?
3 times.
Also 3 times. That means the changes as part of the source code, I have to go and track. And corresponding changes, I should go and build it. Participants, tell me, if the changes are 3 times I'm doing, tomorrow, that too only one developer. In a scenario where there are 2 developers, and each developer is contributing on an hour, maybe some 10 commits a day, 10 commits in an hour. That means in 1 hour, how many commits I'll get? 2 developers multiplied by 10 commits. How many changes will I get? 20 changes in an hour. How many times do I need to build in an hour, participants? How many times do I need to build the job, the source code?
3 times.
20 times, guys. Following the number is 20 times, right? In an hour, there are 2 developers that are working, giving me 10 changes. That means there are 20 developers that are working. There are 20 changes that are coming. That means 20 times I need to build in 1 hour. Participants, will you be interested to do this? If you are a DevOps engineer, will you be just sitting along with your developer? Will you be interested to do the changes and build the code 20 times in an hour? At least I'm not interested. And I hope you should not be interested to do that.
Exactly.
So we should find a solution that how can we go ahead and build the process without you and me getting involved. I don't want to involve myself in the build process, guys. You should not also get involved. Without you and me, the build should happen. That is where the continuous integration is a solution. So what is continuous integration? Continuous integration is continuous build, or before I jump into continuously build should take place. In order to achieve continuous integration, I should get the continual code and then I should continuously build it. So where will I get the code from, participants? From which place I will get the code?
Source.
Awesome. It's your source. From Git I will get the code. Where I will go and do the build process? Using which tool?
Maven.
Maven.
Man.
We have already attempted to do the build. Now we need to go ahead and keep the code ready in Git. We need to go ahead and build it using Maven. Now I will go ahead and integrate these two together using continuous integration. And that tool which can do this all the job is Mr. Jenkins will do all the job for you. Jenkins can pull the code from your GitHub, can help you to build the code with Maven, generate the artifact, deploy it. So participants, this is our next target into the pipeline involving Jenkins. Participants, now you are able to understand the process, how it is related. You kept your code in the source, you build it using Maven, you generate the artifact and you run it. But this process is manual. Why? You're taking the code, you're building it, you're testing it and deploying. No, I want to adapt to an automation where I can pull the code, build the code with Maven by adapting to the continuous integration by Jenkins. Jenkins should be able to build the code. Jenkins will help Maven to build the code, generate the artifact, and also run the artifact. So participants, that is the agenda for the next part of the session. Everyone, are we good for today? Participants, are we good?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.